The movie Elio had the worst box office opening in Pixar's history. It flopped really hard. While Elio is technically an original movie, it failed because it's completely unoriginal. Most original stories need to take a risk to stand out. Not just on concept and storytelling, but also on the art style. So what went wrong? The truth is, you already saw the reason why it failed. What do I mean by that, you ask? Let's go back. Well, here's the thing. The clips I just showed you, did you notice anything? Probably not, and that's exactly the problem. I blended in clips from other movies like Turning Red and Luca. If I hadn't pointed it out, you probably would have never guessed that. One of the biggest issues this movie had is that this movie just didn't stand out from other movies. The animation was clean, it had the typical Pixar look, but the art direction could be described as safe and flat. It's clean, in fact it's too clean, almost over-sanitized. It feels like a sterile white room, where no imperfections are allowed. No cracks, no stains, just a smooth surface. That's why the art style doesn't connect to us. Art needs to feel relatable. This doesn't. When the world feels sterile and bland, the characters do too. That brings me to the biggest visual design problem. The big bean mouth. The bean mouth style is what you expect from a direct-to-streaming kids show, not an original Pixar movie. We subconsciously associate this look with low-budget TV cartoons, and that automatically downgrades it in our minds. It puts the movie on a lower tier. We have seen the same art style in Luca and Turning Red before. And honestly, if you stripped away the titles, a casual viewer might think they are all part of the same bland universe. Elio and Turning Red are miles apart in story and tone. One's about intergalactic adventures, the other one is about purity and family drama. And yet they look nearly identical. Why has that bean mouth style turned into Pixar's default style for some reason? If people see a new trailer with the same soft rounded bean mouth, the first thing they will think is, wait, didn't this movie come out last year? And honestly, you can't blame them. When your art style blends together with an unrelated movie, it doesn't matter how different the story is. People assume they have already seen it. Also, it didn't help that Elio's story is very generic. A quirky emotional kid with a misunderstood family situation on a magical journey with a touching final lesson. We have seen this formula from Pixar before. If it's done right, it works. But in Elio's case, it didn't. Elio doesn't bring anything new to the table. Nothing is here that makes you say, I have to see this movie. People online are blaming the audiences, saying Elio flopped because it was an original story, and people only show up for sequels. But that's not true. It's not because people don't want original movies, it's that they don't want original bland movies. Elemental proves us wrong. The movie Elemental proved that with a strong word of mouth, even an underperforming movie can bounce back if the movie is good. I was one of those skeptics. I didn't want to watch it at first, but after hearing how good it was, I gave it a shot. And honestly, I really liked it. Original movies don't flop just because they are original. They flop because audiences remember sitting through bland movies like Elio. Films like Elio accidentally train audiences to avoid original movies. Another big factor was the terrible timing and marketing. We have barely seen any trailers or TV spots. But even with a huge marketing budget, it wouldn't matter. It came out in the same time as Lilo and Stitch and How to Train Your Dragon. It never stood a chance. And finally, we can't ignore how Disney has trained audiences just to wait for the new Pixar movie to come out on Disney+. During the pandemic, Disney dropped Soul, Turning Red and Luca directly to streaming. Now the audience think, why should I pay for a mid-movie like Elio when it will be on Disney Plus in 6 weeks? Disney accidentally told the audience that original Pixar movies are streaming content. Elio failed because it gave audience no reason to care. We have seen this kind of story before, told better. And we have seen this exact same art style in other movies. For an original movie, it looked very forgettable and felt recycled. When movies like this flop, it makes it even harder for the next original movie, which sucks, because we need more originality. So what do you think about the reason Elio flopped? Was it the big bean mouth or some other problems? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching and I will see you on the next video.